Hey, it's Jennifer. The other day I did a product release close-up to see if you guys would like it, and it seemed like everybody was pretty happy with it, so I thought I'd do another. I'm not going to do this with every release that comes out, but I am going to do it with ones that I think are very strong. So the next one that we're going to do today is the new Fawn release. Oh my goodness, this is the most adorable release of all time. Let's go ahead and start with the stamps. This little robotic stamp set. Now, at first you look at it and it's cute, but what is really awesome about it is it's a build-it up stamp set. So you can take the little cupcake and put it in one robot's hand. You can put the little present in the other hand. You can make the balloon with the string. You can put a bow tie on your robot. It is just awesome. And if you are like me and you have an 8-year-old boy who has birthday parties all the time, and it's like, okay, how many birthday boy party, young boy party cards can I make that all look the same? This is like coming to the rescue. I think it's cute, and you'll definitely be seeing me use this on my blog. Okay, so the next stamp set is another one that just makes me giddy. Get well soon. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm making a lot of these days, but this is just adorable. You can make a very quick card, which sometimes I think is best for a get well card. I think a border of maybe some of those Band-Aids like all diagonal, and then put a smiley face in the center of one of the Band-Aids would be fun. I also think very simple gift tag and maybe put it on a little jar of soup would be fantastic. And I love that you can put the hearts and the smiley face in the Band-Aids or on the bird's hat. Okay, the next one is Life is Good. I've heard everybody is loving this set. Now, what I want to do with this stamp set, I actually have a video showing what to do with the lighthouse, so I'll link to that here and in my YouTube description. But what I really want to do with this stamp set is watercolor. I mean, we have so many great watercoloring techniques out there right now. This stamp set just screams watercolor because of the beach feel. It's got the the waves, it's got the beach. I really like that you can do the lighthouse with the You Brighten My Life. So many things you can do with this stamp set. They really squeezed a lot of great images in. Now the card that I did, which I'll link to, shows using a stencil for the clouds and rays behind that lighthouse. But you can look at this and see many different occasions and types of cards to get out of this one stamp set. And I just got to say that Fawn, one of the things I really like about Fawn is they stick to their style and they do it so very well. Okay, next up is this You Smores set. Now, aside from all the adorable images on the bottom, check out the greetings up here. You can kind of mix and match them together. Everything is fun with you, or I love you every day, or whatever. And I think those would go with any kind of card that you may do, not just the images that you see here. Now, another thing are these cute little smiles on the bottom. Those cute little smiles on the bottom, you could stamp on images from different stamp sets. So say you've got a cute flower on a different stamp set, you can put a little smiley face in the center and just make it playful, kind of transform how it looks. I also like there's all these pieces for the s'mores setting. I think it'd be cute to stamp one of these little faces with the squinty eye on one side and onto one of the marshmallows, so he's kind of getting a little burned over the fire. Just so cute. You can put this together however you want. And this little branch on the side, on the left there, you could stamp that and just do little leaves around it and make it not as much of a cutesy card. You could just make a fun kind of elegant branch with that. And those tiny little hearts and stars, oh man, I'm going to be using those on a lot of different cards. Okay, now alphabet sets. I know a lot of people have a hard time with alphabet sets, and I do too. But this is the type of alphabet set that is well done because it has several different letters in it. So you see there's 4 T's in there. So you can actually mount all these letters together on a block and stamp whatever word you have, even if there's a repeated letter. And they're all cut very close to the letter, so you can line them all up next to each other and not have this crazy spacing in between each letter. So I will be using this for greetings. Now this stamp set, I really love that it's got adoption and baby stuff on it. I struggle with baby cards and I'm not sure why, but I think this one's going to help me out quite a bit. I like the sweet girl and little prince on the bottom. But I'll have to admit, when I first saw the stamp set, I started thinking about the ways I could use this in non-baby ways. So you've got that umbrella with the with the cloud and the rain. You could put that together with some of the hearts falling down and make an encouragement card, a get well soon card or thinking of you kind of card. I also think it'd be fun to have little flowers sticking out of the little bunny's mouth. You can combine this with other stamp sets and get some really fun and, adorable but not too cutesy images. I just think it's just a fantastically designed set. Another thing that's great about these Fawn sets is they stuff a lot of images on one set. So you've got the little flowers and all the little pieces that can really help to create a scene, which makes stamping so much easier and so much faster. Okay, now the next stamp set is my favorite from this release. It's called Chit Chat, and I can't say enough about this. I love that you can stamp this to go with any kind of critters you already have. I have so many stamps of little animals or little girls or little boys, and this would go with any of them. And also you can use them on their own. It's just something fun and different than a plain stamp a greeting on a strip and stick it on a card. I like that there's some solid ones and there's some open ones, and it really covers all the greetings I use most: the miss you, the thanks, the thinking of you, and the feel better soon. There's also some little icons that are fun. The little tiny open balloon that you can bubble that you can stamp the heart in. And I actually will have a card coming up on my blog later this week and on YouTube that will use this set. Now, I also forgot to mention that Lawn Fawn does make dies to match all of their stamp sets that you've seen here. Now, I don't always use the matching dies, but for something like this, I think it would be very helpful. And here I'll show you all those stamp sets I've already showed you. Look at, they have matching dies. I keep them in the sleeve together with the stamp set so that they're ready and there when I need to use them. So if you're the type of person who likes a matching die set, they've got them all for you. So now let's talk about the individual dies that Lawn Fawn has in this release. This is a great set here. It's the party banner set. And it also does that kind of faux stitched edge. This is great. I haven't seen anything like this. It cuts these two sides of banners and the little holes on the top, so you can string them on a ribbon and make a great like party banner or whatever. However, I don't do much of that. I am going to be using this for stitched banners on a card, or the bigger one, you could even make a card that is that shape by putting two pieces together and gluing across the top so that you have a card that is that fun shape. And I also will be using this for a lot of school projects. I just think that's always fun to use things like this. Now look at what this looks like on a card. So you cut that top off. It's this fun little banner that you can put on your card instead of a plain old rectangle, and the smaller one works too. Now also, and actually I have a video showing how to use this, so I'll link to that here and in my YouTube description. Also in this set is the circle and the heart, which, hey, I use circle dies and heart dies all the time, so that's great that that's included. Now there are a lot of alphabet and number dies out there, but I haven't found one that is like this. These are they're bigger, as you can see. They also kind of walk that fine line between a classic style font and a playful style font, so you can kind of make it go either way. I'm going to be using this on some cards in a couple days, which I'll be doing on my blog and on YouTube. I also just use this, if you follow me on Instagram, I showed that I used this on one of my son's school projects. He was able to die cut all of his letters from some glitter paper, and they're just a nice size. Now, a die cut set like this is a little more expensive, but if it's something that you think you'll use a lot, then I think it's definitely worth it. And again, I'll be showing ideas for how to use these dies. Now the next one is my favorite. I'm saving all my favorites for last. It's the Thanks script die. They did a hello die a while ago, and I have a video showing how to use that. If you click here in the corner and look at my YouTube description, I love this die. And again, I'll have a card with this coming up in a few days. It's just nice and playful, and it's nice and solid, so you can do some fun techniques with it. I think it's just beautiful. So there you have a quick look at the new Lawn Fawn release, along with some ideas for using them. Now, if you liked one of the ideas that I mentioned and you want to see it in action, please leave a comment over on YouTube or on my blog. If you're interested in any of these products, they're linked below in YouTube description, or you can go to my blog again at jennifermcguireinc.com for much more. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon.